Today's best music, Sweet 98, with Rockett in the morning and the world's most dangerous audience.
When I was young, I've got an aunt who used to come over for Thanksgiving every dinner, or who used to come over for dinner every Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And she was born without a palate in the roof of her mouth.
Oh, get out of town.
Oh, no. And every time she would eat, the food would just come right back out her nose and fall right back down on her plate again.
Oh, my God.
And she would just keep eating the same food over and over again until she could finally get it small enough to where she could swallow it. I mean, you'd be sitting there with green beans, stringing out her nose.
No way.
Serious.
No way.
Today's best music, Sweet 98. We apologize for Rockett in the morning.
Okay, here's the deal. First of all, we let him drive the horse in the buggy. And then we let him behind the wheel of an automobile.
Here it comes.
Oh, my God. Now we're giving him an F-14 to fly. What's the story on that?
Rockett, you scumbag. I want you to play some of today's best music. I want you to give away that $1,000, you slimy lizard. That's too slow. I want you to get down and knock me out 50 push-ups, you maggot.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Rockett in the morning on Sweet 98.
Hello? Mr. Letterman.
Yeah.
It's Rockett in the morning at Sweet 98 in Omaha.
Oh, no, this isn't Dave's house. This is where they trim the poodles.
Today's best music, Sweet 98.
Hey, let me ask you this, Pauline. Did you realize you're on the front page of the newspaper this morning?
I don't know. I don't have a paper. Got one eye and couldn't see much of it if I did.
Well, the reason I called was we try to talk to the person on the front page every morning. And
I see.
And you made the front page today. Congratulations, and it's very attractive.
I don't know whether it's congratulations or not, but I called the police twice yesterday and told them to come get me because I was going to start shooting after dark. Anybody that crossed my lawn and got in that hole, they just dug out there running over it. And I couldn't sleep because cars getting stuck, and it's terrible. The mayor, nobody else would allow their lawn to be run over. This is an authority. And they come talking about they couldn't send a barricade out. I said it'd take a carpenter about 30 minutes to build one.
Yeah. So you got a hole in front of your house?
On my lawn.
From the traffic, really? Or from the fallen tree?
No, from people driving on my lawn.
Oh, just to avoid the trees, you mean?
Yes.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh. So what you're saying is, come sundown, you start firing at people driving in your lawn.
I told the cops that yesterday. They might as well take me to jail. Because maybe I'd be warm there.
You know what? I think you ought to. You ever considered public office? I like your attitude.
Yeah.
You sound like a get-done kind of person.
Well, honey, I would have shot the mayor last night. I've been trying to get the hotline since Monday, and they say, punch 2 if you do something, punch 1 if you do. How you gonna punch if you don't have a punch phone?
Yeah.
You're right.
Pauline, you are awesome. Well, all right, I'm not going to take up a whole lot of your time. I just wanted to say that...
Well, thank you for calling, and all I say now is if you know any lawn service or any landscape service that can come out...
I can't believe people will be driving in your yard, Pauline.
So you ought to see it. You ought to see it.
That's cold.
That is
terrible.
Well, maybe you should just get out there and dig a bigger hole, and then once...
Oh, no.
It only take one person to go down there.
I gave my husband's good pistol to his best friend, and I sure wish I had it. I called for him last night to bring it back, and he won't do it.
Now, what did you do for the carnival?
I was a foreman for about 4 rides.
Now, which rides?
The Scrambler.
Oh, yeah.
The Roundup.
Mm-hmm.
The Rock. And salt and pepper shakers.
Okay.
Oh, man. I lost a funnel cake on one of those.
Yeah.
And, well, anyway, how the story went is the wind was blowing and my hat blew off my head.
Yeah.
And I bent down to pick it up, and it blew a little too far in the back of the...
Oh, no.
The stair caught me in the back of the head of the Scrambler.
Oh, really? Oh, while it was moving?
The first thing you do when you get hit you're going to reach up and grab something so you don't fall.
Yeah.
I reached up and grabbed something. I grabbed a ride. I grabbed the ride, and it took me around, rode me underneath the ride 10 times. It was funny at first, but...
So let me get this straight. Your hat blows off, and the ride is going, and you try to reach over and get your hat, and it goes a little farther than you thought, so you're kind of hunched over, and you reach and get the hat. You get up. The step on the scrambler hits you in the noggin, and in order to protect yourself from falling, you reach out and just as an instinct try to grab, and you grab hold of the scrambler, and then there you go, round and round.
Yes, sir.
Holy cow.
Every one of the barbells hit me in the back of the head. that holds the cars on.
Oh, man.
Luckily, my friend was there to stop the ride.
So far, you have had you've done sleep testing where they pay you money to take sleeping pills and go to bed at night. They pay you money to have sex with your wife. What else have you been paid to do?
Well, I've sat in front of a machine and blinked my eyes for 1 hour and got paid $25 just to sit there in front of a machine.
No kidding, and blink your eyes. All right,
yeah.
What else?
Well, I've got my butt drilled for $655.
I'm sorry, you got your what? Butt?
My butt drilled.
Your butt drilled?
Yeah. That's a bone
marrow.
marrow.
You said you were in Seattle, not San Francisco. Okay, you're going to have to walk me through getting your butt drilled. What happened? I can only imagine.
So you guys are going to go all the way, aren't you?
Hang on.
They go in a little bit to the side where the buttocks is, and they go down and drill for the bone marrow, which benefits leukemia patients. And that's where the large bone mass is. And it feels like you've been kicked in the ass by a horse.
Feel-good kind of feeling.
Oh, Ed. Now, Ed, I want to know your reaction when you were sitting there and they were explaining this to you.
Well, it was worth $655 for 2 hours.
Was it really? Okay, now that's a good question. Now that sounds like a topic on this show. Would you let somebody take a Black & Decker drill and drill you in the ass for $650? I love this country.
There must be lots of reasons to listen to this show, and so I thought I'd string them all together. Here we go. Rockett in the morning up till 9. Call him on the phone and you speak to Sunshine. Terry and Hannibal reads the news. Rockett in the morning shares his views on anything that anybody cares to call in, even though the subject can be quite appalling. I'd rather listen to the weather forecast.